but you spend so much time. Just go through it and finish it. And then, no. If you hate your life, it's not working for you, there is no need for you to waste your time. Assalamu alaikum. Got a question through Facebook, and my Facebook page link is in the description box for those of you who would like to get in touch with me. And it's a long question, but I'm going to try to sum it up for you guys. So this brother who wanted to remain anonymous, he says that he's been very depressed for the last 4 years because he feels that his decision to major in mechanical engineering was a terrible idea. He said that he hated the internships and that he did, and the idea of a 9-to-5 job in the industry is just a horrible prospect, and it just doesn't resonate with him. You know, I have a question. You guys can kind of comment and let me know. Do you realize after spending 4 or 5 years in a program that you hate the program? Do you just put up with the pain throughout the whole time and just decide to go through with it? I just don't get that. Maybe it's just my personality. I don't have that much patience. If I hate what I'm doing, you'll be damn sure that I'm not going to continue doing it. And you'll know it. Anyways, so he's been working at a school for the past 2 years, assisting with certain science-related projects. He thought about becoming a physics high school teacher, but teaching also isn't his thing. Okay, so why are you thinking about becoming a teacher if it's not your thing? To cut a long story short, he thinks that due to unavoidable circumstances, he was forced into this engineering program and somehow miraculously was able to come out with a degree with the persuasion of friends and family, even though he was prepared to quit at the start of 3rd year. I'm going to hold my comments for a second just to finish the question. Now I'm faced with 3 options. MBA or management related degree, which I also don't have any liking for. Why is that even an option, bro? Starting with very low paid industry job, which I would hate. So why are you entertaining it? Go into an MSc Master's Program of Science for Environment Science. Okay. I have always loved the outdoors. That's good. And I like doing field work. Okay. And after the Master's of Science, I would like to further study ecology and climate change. Okay, so now you're talking about what you would like to do. That's a good sign. You're starting to kind of come into your own. The problem is I'm already 25 and single and would be perhaps 30 or 32. Okay, I'm just going to stop you right there with the age business. If I were to compare myself to my parents and their generation and what they were able to do at particular age groups, I would be as depressed as you are right now. I can tell you right now. If I were to compare myself in that way. Forget about your age. He wants to be settled with a reasonable income, don't want to be dependent anymore on parents. I've left the school job, starting to do some tutoring for people. What do you suggest I do? Okay, so here's what I suggest you do. First of all, don't become a physics teacher, high school teacher. It's not your thing. Don't pursue an MBA. It's also not your thing, because you said that. It's not your thing. Stop listening to family and friends. Take a moment, step back, and read your own message. Your message says you like ecology, you like doing field work, you like biology, you like science in that sense, and you want to pursue a master's. What I would recommend you do before you get into any program and applying and doing all of these things, because I'm sure you'll probably get in, like if you did a degree in engineering, that's not an easy thing to do. So I'm going to assume that you got the grades, you have all the qualifications, you'll be able to get in. What you should do is test the waters. Is this something you would like to do? Go find a lab. So research this. Go online right now and the universities around you that you'd like to go to. Find a lab that does the type of work that you're interested in, that you find fascinating. Contact the principal investigator in it, the PI, the supervisor, the professor who's running that lab, and tell him or her that, hey, my name is so-and-so, I'm really interested in this work, I have a different background, but I don't know if this is for me. I would like to come to your lab and just do for a couple of months some field work, just kind of shadow some of your students, and just do it for free. You don't even have to pay me. I'm gonna come in and commit the time. I want to go out there, I want to get a feel for it, because a lot of things sound really good when you hear about them until you actually get in the middle of it. We get really excited about the outcome of something, but the grunt work. I mean, if I told you my day-to-day life throughout my grad degree, my PhD in neuroscience, PhD sounds great, you know, and I could talk about the brain and all. Now you're seeing the results of it. But to know about the grind, you know, the grunt work that you do, the mundane, repetitive tasks that you get into, I mean, unless you're somebody who really likes this stuff, you'll just get bored right away. So what you need to do is really go out there and do the field work and do it for a couple months. Get a taste of it. And I would recommend you do it. If you love the first lab that you get into, that's fine. If you find that, maybe I don't like it, try a different lab. Maybe it was just the kind of work environment. Maybe it's the people. Try a different lab. And then you'll see if this is really something that you want to do, and then pursue it. Don't worry about how old you are. I mean, we live in a time right now, 30 right now, for a lot of us, being 30 years old is actually equivalent to people, say, 30 years ago when they were 20. It's just a different world. Don't worry about these things. I get that you don't want to be dependent on your parents. You can, I mean, once you start grad school, you should be able to have some stipend or some sort of income as a grad student. You can also be a teacher's assistant or teacher's aide or teach undergraduate courses. You can start to gain income. It'll be modest. It won't be much. But at least you won't be depressed and doing things that everybody else is telling you to do. Stop listening to all the noise. Just quit it. Go off on your own. Just test it out, test the waters of this field work, see if you like it. And I'll finish off with one thing. Get really familiar with the idea of, it's called the fallacy of sunk costs. What that fallacy entails is that you work in something, you spend some time in it, you hate your life. I'll give you an example. You go to a movie, you start watching the movie, you got your popcorn, you got your drink, you're sitting down, you're thinking it's going to be an awesome movie, and then 20 minutes into it, you hate your life. It's the most terrible thing you've seen. What do most people do? Most people say, well, we already paid, we're already here, let's just finish this thing. As opposed to, man, forget this, let's get out of here, and just get up and leave. We have an emotional attachment. We let our emotions influence our decisions, and we think that we've invested something already and we don't want to waste it. Well, by staying in that movie, you've wasted an additional 2 hours potentially, and you've gone through a movie that you hate and you didn't even want to watch. And that's the sunk cost fallacy, that you work a certain amount of time in a particular area, or you do a degree for a certain amount of time, you hate your life, you're so depressed in it, and you think, I've already gone through 2 years of this, you know, and then the family persuasion, everybody comes in, but you spend so much time, just go through it and finish it. And then, no, if you hate your life, it's not working for you, there is no need for you to waste your time. Don't entertain options of career prospects and things that you don't have any passion for. I get the idea that you need to have a job and you need to pay the bills. That's great, fine, but that should not come at an emotional cost to you, that you hate your life, because it's going to affect your relationships. You talk about being single right now. Imagine you subjecting somebody, you know, the future wife, to your depression because you hate what you're doing for a living. Take care of yourself first before you want to bring anybody into your life. That's really the advice I can give you from here. I hope that answers your question, bro. And for those of you who are in this kind of dilemma. Subhanakallah wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum. I hope you guys have been enjoying this content. I've changed the background a little bit and all of this stuff, and I'm adding more stuff to the channel. To show your support, the best thing you can do for me is to like the video and to share it with your friends and family and your social network, and just, you know, tweet it and Facebook it and all of this good stuff. Those of you who are able to give some financial support in some kind to help me make some more videos, I've got a few projects that I'd like to get into. You can go to my Patreon page. The link for it is in the description box, or you can link right here. You can click right here for it, and you can help me out through that way. So anyways, I'll check you next time.